Well, we have a little bit of an update on Noel. Nothing amazing, though. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Most of you guys know that I've been keeping a really close eye on the case of the missing 6-year-old out of Everman, Texas, Noel Rodriguez Alvarez. Now, there was a massive search that was supposed to have happened this past weekend that was called off. And I assumed it was because I had heard previous to that announcement that there was a whole bunch of like cell phone data and digital data that they had to go through. So I was just assuming at that point that there must have been something found in whatever they received back that would have had them call the search off. Now, apparently they're going to be calling it back on again very shortly here. Now, Noel's grandmother has come out and made a couple of statements to the media. You can't see her face. She completely wants her identity concealed, which I completely understand. But this is what she has to say, and it's really heartbreaking because you hear that she had offered to take Noel, and this horrible person that birthed him and probably killed him turned the opportunity down and chose what is happening now instead. Just take a listen.
How have you felt since this all happened?
Mucha tristeza, demasiada tristeza.
So much sadness. I start to cry. He was a normal boy.
Traigan.
I want them to bring her so she can tell us where Noel is. Where is he? What was the reason? He was a boy who didn't deserve the bad fortune she gave him. He was an innocent child. Poor boy.
And you know old Mr. Parsons, the homeowner who owns the home and has basically been stating this entire time that everyone has everything wrong when it comes to this case. And I've told y'all from the beginning that he is sus, he is sketch, he is hiding something, he knows more. Well, it seems as if Grandma agrees.
Everman police have said Cindy's landlord, Charles Parson, is cooperating with the investigation, but Cindy's mother doesn't believe that. That man knows everything.
Now, the biggest thing that came out of this that they're focusing on now at this point is the fact that this is being proven more and more every day to be everything that I have already stated this was. Extremely premeditated. Some information came out stating that in the over a dozen search warrants that have been issued in this case, one of them came back from the contractor who laid that concrete slab. The news is reporting that this contractor stated that she, the mother, was in a super rush to get this concrete slab done, but she kept being super indecisive and changing her mind about what she wanted. And I was talking to my daughter about that. And, you know, when someone is super, super indecisive in what they want, especially whenever it's a targeted situation like laying a concrete slab, it should be simple. You should know your measurements, you should know the standard sizes and the thicknesses and all those things, and it should just be a one-time conversation with the contractor, you approve it, and then it's just poured. This wasn't that big of a concrete slab. There was really no reason for all of this indecisiveness and all this back and forth, unless you were overthinking a situation that you needed to hurriedly prepare and finalize plans for. Now, according to this contractor, she paid $5,000 for this concrete slab, and she wanted it a lot thicker than normal. Well, there's only one real reason why somebody would want that. But the craziest thing about that is that there's no body underneath this concrete. So for her wanting it to be poured so fast and willing to pay $5,000 for this concrete and being so indecisive and wanting it thicker, where's the body? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Why would you need to hurriedly pay $5,000 for concrete whenever there's no body being covered up? They dug and they dug and they dug and they dug and there was no body. And you guys know the canines did hit on remains being there previously with the topsoil and the carpet, remember? And if you guys are not up to date on the case, I do have an entire playlist. I've been covering this literally since I got the Amber Alert. Now, whenever the news stations were going through the little shed shack that the family lived in, a lot of people did notice these.
Fox 4 video inside the family's converted shed recorded a glimpse of a shrine to Santa Muerte, also known as Saint Death. Some call it a dark world of worship and idolization, and it is condemned by leaders of the Catholic Church.
And if you guys remember at all from the Amber Alert, whenever the truck was placed on the Amber Alert, the same truck that was found abandoned at the DFW airport, the exact same Saint of Death is on the back of the truck. This is the information that the chief of police has about that part of the investigation.
I do know that she was adamant about the Santa Muerte and believed that she was part of the religion of Santa Muerte that worshipped him. In this case, it's very important. She idolizes that Santa Muerte. It's everywhere within the shed. It was everywhere within the home. It was on her vehicle. So it was pretty evident to us that she was idolizing and worshiping that. And essentially, he is the patron saint that offers protection, from my understanding, offers protection to like the cartel and those kinds of activities.
What have I said from the beginning since we started getting the timeline? Something would have happened in between mid-October, when she had the twins at the hospital, and November 1st, when she went to get passport photos taken of her and her husband, the other 6 kids, but not Noel. And from there, the dates kept going of her preparedness. So then I'm going to ask the same question I asked now that I asked about the airplane tickets. That was a very last-minute, one-way trip for 8, all the way to India, paid for last minute. Over $5,000 in last-minute tickets. Now we're hearing she had no issue spending $5,000 on this concrete slab, but they lived like trash. How did they just have all these tens of thousands of dollars, it seems, to be prepared for this situation? And how much money has been spent that we don't know about yet? I just want him found. This is literally making no sense. She's in India. And if she really feels so safe over there, like they're not going to come and get her, why not just send a nice little email and be like, hey, this is where he is, and just fall off the planet? At least give his family, your family, Miss Momster, your family, his father's family, the people now here and across the entire world that care about him, and him. He was your child. You don't have at least enough in you to at least let his little body be laid to rest? It takes 2 seconds to draft an email. How hard could it be?